Need to watch this.
14-year-old girl was raped at a 4th of July party. 9 months later, she gave birth to me. I was given up for adoption, was raised by a Christian family. When my dad had a policy when we were kids that we could take him aside and ask him what a word meant if we didn't know what it meant. I heard abortion mentioned in school when I was in elementary school by a high schooler, and I didn't know what it meant. And the night he explained it to me, I didn't hardly sleep. Because I grew up on a farm where we did everything we could to save every single animal born on that farm. And to know that people were killing their children because they were inconvenient.
I understand. These things happen, you know, a young girl, she gets pregnant, she's scared, she doesn't know what to do. And the world is actually going one way, and that's the way of death. And everybody's convincing her, hey, it's pretty simple, easy, just get an abortion, be done with it. Yeah, so I can understand that. You can't really judge these people because they've been lied to. It's just the way it is. But understand this. It is a dastardly act when you kill an unborn child. And you know who's happy about it? Satan and his demons. They are joyful when that happens.
Horrified me. And from that day on, I was a pro-lifer.
See, here's the thing. People are willing to save animals. People are willing to do whatever it takes for things of the world. But when it comes to life, people put it at a lower level. A child in a womb is considered life. If a woman gets in an accident and a drunk driver hits her and she's pregnant, it's called a double homicide because there's a living being inside her. Why do we not treat it like that in all other aspects?
Well, there you go. Woman gets killed in a car accident. She's pregnant. It's considered a double homicide. But on the other hand, you can go kill your baby. No problem. In fact, they'll pay for it. And they even harvest the parts to use in other various applications. Go look it up. You'll see I'm not lying. Understand this. Many are called, but few are chosen. You want to see how backward things are? Listen to this.
We live in a very sick and twisted world. People label me an extremist and say I deserve to be raped because I think this is absolutely insane. If you kill a preborn sea turtle, you are subject to a fine of up to $100,000 and face 1 year in jail. If you kill a preborn eagle, you are subject to a fine of up to $250,000 and face 2 years in jail. If you kill a preborn human being baby, you're just exercising your right to choose and face no penalty whatsoever.
If I'm reading my Bible correctly, a human being is way in a totally different league than an animal. But this is the world we live in, where the animals have more rights than babies.
Baby. What the baby? What the baby? The baby. The baby. Give you the Bacardi. I'm ready to say the mother. Ready to beat the mother. Baby. You sound like a
No, I am not upset at this woman. I'm not angry with her. You know what? I do not know anything about this woman. This even could be a fake video. I know nothing about her. So I'm not going to bring my emotions into this situation. But you saw what's going on. So there's no sense getting upset, emotional at this situation. Yeah, it's wrong. But you know nothing about her. Just what you see there. And it's not for you to judge. Should she be having an abortion? No, for sure. But I'm not going to judge her personally. Not going to do it.
I mean, raised all the good points there, and that a woman cannot become an archbishop because a woman can't become a priest. That's, well, by definition, that's a priestess. So we don't have those in Christianity. And that's not because we're sexist or misogynistic. It's because in Christianity, we realize that men and women are not interchangeable. Men cannot become women, women cannot become men. Men cannot become mothers, women cannot become priests. They are two distinct vocations, very God-called vocations that are important to our way of life. And actually, men and women complement each other, and the church has different roles for both. And so when we have women stepping into this role, what we have is transgenderism in the church.
The first female Archbishop of Canterbury faces a tide of misogyny. Okay, these are all fake words which mean nothing, right? These are buzzwords that they use to convince you that you're racist or something like that. Don't buy into any of this. This is all garbage.
And indeed, there is an actual transgender archdeacon as well as the woman archbishop, so it gets worse and worse. But why is it a problem for her in particular? Well, I know Dame Sarah Malawi. She is the one who refused to have me ordained in the Church of England because I wouldn't subscribe to Black Lives Matter. And she said to me, the church is institutionally racist. And I was like, this is clearly woke. You're shoving Marxism into the church. It has no place there. But she's come out and said, I'm not pro-life. We can't have a pro-choice or a pro-abortion Christian leader. It goes against the faith. She's pro-LGBTQ.
This is what happens when you start going down that path. You're going to have the LGBT in there. You're going to have the trans come in, the gays, all kinds of other groups under the guise of love. Yeah, and these people should not be in leadership. It is the actual downfall on the church and is being done on purpose. It is satanic. Not that the Church of England was a great place to begin with. It's gone through its phases and is slowly going downhill, as many other churches. Basically speaking, the church has been compromised.
Saying that she believes in same-sex blessings, some of which are sexual in nature. Sounds like gay marriage. And again, something that can exist in the secular world can't exist within the church. These things have meanings. To a Christian, marriage is a lifelong, indissoluble union between one man and one woman for the blessings of that couple, the community, and for the procreation to go forth and multiply. You can't do that with two men. You can't do that with two women. Okay? And these things are sinful in the eyes of God. He's called these things abhorrent, so we can't ask him to bless them. Likewise with abortion. The greatest genocide in human history. Women have killed more humans through abortion than men have killed in all wars, famines, and pestilence combined.
Let's just slow that down a bit so you can hear that and digest it. Listen to it again.
Women have killed more humans through abortion than men have killed in all wars, famines, and pestilence combined.
Why is that? Because they believe the lie. Who believed the lie in the garden first? But maybe it's just me saying that. So we'll get the brothers to say a few words. Go ahead, guys.
We have allowed the black woman to make her own decisions for the last 50 years, and you know what she gave us? 250,000 babies aborted every year.
Oh my God.
250,000 kids snipped, gone. That's crazy. That's a crazy statistic, man.
We have allowed the black woman to make her own decisions for the last 50 years, and you know what she gave us? 250,000 babies aborted every year.
Oh my God.
Your Honor, I rest my case. They believe the lie that this is choice, while we know it's life or death. There's no in between. It's life or death. There's no pro-choice. There's pro-life and there's pro-death. But they don't want to use that term because that would defeat the purpose. That being said, these women are being deceived. That's why they're going along with it. And they're being taught this kind of stuff in school all the way up. They believe this, right? They don't understand. You heard what the man said. All wars combined. That's how much death people have died. Jesse said it best. This is Jesse Lee Peterson. Satan is the woman's God. Because Satan came to Eve, she took the apple. That became her God. Then Eve gave the apple to Adam. Then the woman became his God. So he has responsibility too. But he will yield to the woman. The way to get to the man is through the woman. So Satan deceives the woman, then uses the woman to get to the man. AKA all these laws that are passed, right, by these simps and so forth, trying to appease women, which they will never be appeased. Now we have all these deaths. And you know who's going to pay the price in the future? The future children, because this system will crash. Trust me.
That's how many people we're killing since abortion was decriminalized in the 60s and 70s. It's absurd that we are living through the darkest ages in human history, and actually we don't even recognize it. And worse than that, we have Christian leaders who are enforcing and encouraging it. It's despicable, it's a disgrace. She should be gone, and anyone that supports that needs to be taught the truth of the Christian faith. Faith, hope, and love. We love every single human life because every life is sacred. Therefore, we can't promote Black Lives Matter because all lives matter. We can't promote abortion because babies matter, whether they're born or unborn. And we can't support same-sex marriage because marriage means something, a man and a woman in a lifelong indissoluble union. And so someone who's leading the faith that is going against all of that needs to be fired.